Many years ago, I attended a seminar where the presenter put forward the idea that in any business, whatever sector it's in, there are 5 ways that you can grow your profits. Now, I know that one of the things that nearly all of the mortgage brokers and financial advisors that I work with have in common is they're all looking to make more money and increase their profits to grow their businesses. So in this video, I'm going to explain what those 5 ways to increase your profits are, and most importantly, I'm going to explain specifically how they relate to mortgage brokers and financial advisors. Okay, so the first of our 5 ways to boost the profits in your financial services business is to increase the number of leads that you get. Now, as I'm sure you already know, leads or inquiries are the lifeblood of any business, and especially in financial services. Pretty much every mortgage broker or financial advisor that I speak to will say that the thing that they most want to do is to get more leads. And if you know what you're doing, generating leads is actually one of the easiest of the 5 ways to grow your profits and increase your earnings as a mortgage broker or financial advisor. So the first thing you need to do to increase leads is to stop relying solely on referrals and word of mouth inquiries, because these are unpredictable and that they mean your business becomes 100% dependent on other people passing inquiries to you. So instead, what you should do is create a clear marketing strategy and invest some time and money into lead generation strategies such as Google Ads, content marketing, Facebook advertising, email marketing. There's all sorts of things you can do to generate more of your own leads. If you want more ideas on that kind of thing, then please do feel free to book in a call with me. I'm happy to have a chat with you and give you some ideas specific to your business on how you can increase your lead generation. And I'll put a link in the description below where you can book a free strategy call with me to talk about that. Then the second way to increase your profits is to increase your conversion rate. So the conversion rate is simply the percentage of the leads that you get which turn into clients. And there are several things you can do to improve this area of your business as a mortgage broker or IFA. So one way is to work with better quality leads. So leads who are more likely to choose you over other advisors. One way to do this is to focus on a specific niche. And also having a well-defined value proposition can really help as well. If you're not sure about niching, if you're not sure about value propositions, I'll put a couple of links in the description below to articles that will help you understand those topics a bit better. Once you've chosen a niche and once you've got a good value proposition, then you should think about where you get your leads from. Leads that you generate yourself are far more likely to be better quality and convert more easily than ones that you buy from lead generation companies. And finally, have a look at your lead follow-up process and your sales processes. So are you, for example, giving up too soon when trying to contact people who make inquiries via your website? Are there things you could be doing using email marketing or video before your first meeting with a prospect in order to get them to know, like and trust you beforehand? And are there things you could do differently in that first meeting to convey the value of the service you provide and to handle any objections that the prospect may have? So the third way to increase profits is to increase your average order value. Now, when we talk about average order value, what we mean is we're talking about the average amount that you earn from a single client transaction, taking into account commissions, proc fees, broker fees, that kind of thing. Now, one obvious way to increase your average order value is to start charging broker fees if you're a mortgage broker who doesn't currently, and or increase your broker fees if they're currently too low. You should also, whether you're a financial advisor or a mortgage broker, you should maximise opportunities for cross-selling. For example, by doing things to ensure that as many of your mortgage clients as possible buy other products from you, such as life insurance or income protection. And you should also think about where there are opportunities to increase the average income per client by referring them elsewhere for other complementary services that sit alongside what you do. So, for example, you could refer them to a will writer where you could earn additional commissions or referral fees for passing that client across. The fourth way to increase your profits is to increase the number of transactions per client. So every customer that you work with, every client that you work with is going to have what we call a lifetime value. This is the total amount that you will earn from them over the entire time that they are with you as a client. So take a mortgage client as an example. A client who does a mortgage with you today that earns you, let's say, £500 and then does a product transfer with you in 3 years' time, which earns you another £250, that client has a lifetime value of £750, 500 plus 250. Now, very often mortgage brokers miss out on this kind of repeat business and hence lose out on lifetime value simply by not having efficient systems in place. That can mean that the client's mortgage lender gets to them before you do, for example, when their original mortgage deal is coming to an end. But a situation like that can be avoided if you invest in a decent CRM, a customer relationship management tool, that will automatically contact clients for you 6 or 7 months before their current mortgage deal is up for renewal. Of course, you shouldn't just wait for renewal time to keep in touch with your existing clients. If you make good use of email marketing and encourage existing clients to follow you on social media, then they're less likely to forget about you. And that means that they'll come back to you as and when they need help with other things, e.g. if they decide to buy a holiday home, or if the arrival of a new child means they want to increase their life insurance cover or something like that. And then the fifth and final way to increase your profits is to look at increasing your profit margin. So generally speaking, there are two ways to increase your profit margins. You can raise your prices or you can reduce your costs. Now, raising prices as a mortgage broker is quite tricky because the only aspect of your income you can directly control is your broker fee. And as a financial advisor, it's not always easy to put your fees up or increase the amount of commissions that you get from insurance companies, etc. However, what you could do is to change your marketing strategy to target the kind of clients who are likely to need larger mortgages, for example, or bigger life insurance that earns you higher fees. And you could look at reducing costs. For example, do you really need a fancy office in this day and age when everything is done by Zoom? Are you paying out for software that you don't need? Could you reduce some of your staffing costs by outsourcing some of your admin work to a VA, to a virtual assistant, rather than taking on an additional employee? So now that we've looked at those 5 things that can impact the profitability of your mortgage business or your financial advice business, let me ask you something. What do you think would happen if you could work on all 5 of those areas and get even just a small improvement, let's say 10%, in each one of them? What would that mean to the overall profits of your business? Would you see a 10% growth in profits, or would it be more than that? Well, let's work through an example and find out. Let's assume you're a mortgage broker and that your starting point is that you have 500 leads coming into your business, and you currently convert 10% of those into clients. So that means that over the period of time we're looking at, you're going to get 50 new clients from those 500 leads. The average amount you earn from a transaction is £750. And let's say you've looked at your lifetime value and found that the average client will do 3 mortgages with you over their lifetime that they're a client with you. So that means that your revenue is going to be the 50 clients multiplied by £750 per transaction, multiplied by 3 transactions per client, gives you a revenue from those 500 leads of £112,500. Let's assume that your current profit margin is 10%, so that means that the profit you're going to make is £11,250. So now let's look at what we said before, about what happens if we improve each of those 5 things by just a small amount of 10%. So with that 10% improvement, that means that we're now going to get 550 leads by improving our lead generation and doing some new marketing strategies. If we improve the quality of the leads and do the other things I talked about with the sales process improvements and follow-up process improvements, then let's say we increase our conversion rate, therefore from 10% up to 11%. That means now the number of new clients we're going to get over that same period has gone up from 50 to 60.5. If the average earnings per transaction also increased by 10%, that puts them to 825. Increase the number of transactions per client from 3 to 3.3, again a 10% increase. That means that our revenue has now gone up to £164,711. If we improve the profit margin by 10%, that means our profit margin has now gone to 11%, and so our bottom line profit is therefore now going to be £18,118. So I'll save you doing the maths, but that's a lot more than a 10% increase in your bottom line. That means that your profit for your business will have increased by 61% just by doing those small improvements in each of those 5 areas that we've talked about. So I hope you can see from that, but it really is worth focusing on all 5 of those areas I've talked about in this video, especially as it's generally easier to get a small improvement in each one of them rather than just focusing on a single area and trying to get a large improvement in that one thing. If you'd like to know more about how I can help you work on those 5 areas of your business and increase the profits in your financial services business, whether you're a mortgage broker or an IFA, then you can book a strategy call with me. It's totally free of charge, and I promise that you will go away with at least one new idea for improving the profitability of your financial services business. So if you'd like to have a chat with me, then do use the link in the description below to book in the call. If you've enjoyed the video, do please give it a thumbs up. That helps other people to find this kind of content. And also please do me a favour and subscribe to the channel. That would really help me out a lot. And if you click the bell notification icon, then you'll be the first to know when I put out new content like this. Any questions, any comments, please do leave them down below. And thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.